First off, I would like to extend my gratitude to our relatives, friends, and attendees who have come today to honor this great man. All of us have known Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. in a variety of roles: father, husband, uncle, cousin, and mentor. But I have been privileged to have known him as a magnificent friend. It is within this context I shall speak from and share of the greatness of this man. Before I embark on this journey, I want to ask you a question. When you hear the name Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., what word or words immediately come to your mind? If you are like me, there is no single word to choose from. Let me share a few adjectives that come to my mind: caring, strong, powerful, faithful, believer, unique, and that list goes on and on. I am sure there were some words you recognize and some that you even shared with me. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was born January 15, 1929 in Atlanta, Georgia. From birth, he was an extraordinary person. Because he was such a gifted student, he was able to skip both 9th and 12th grade. He then entered Morehouse College at the age of 15. Martin became ordained before graduating college. He earned a degree from Morehouse College in sociology. On June 18, 1953, Martin married the love of his life, Coretta Scott, on the lawn of her parents' house. He was the proud father of 4 children: Yolanda King, Martin Luther King III, Dexter Scott King, and Bernice King. He also became a Baptist minister and a pastor at the age of 25 at Dexter Avenue Baptist Church in Montgomery, Alabama. Although his life was short-lived, he managed to touch the hearts of so many people. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was the most important voice of the American Civil Rights Movement, which worked for equal rights for all. He was famous for using nonviolent resistance to overcome injustice, and he never got tired of trying to end segregation laws. He did all he could to make people realize that all men are created equal. He was a great believer in peaceful protests. His protests used nonviolent tactics, even when the protesters themselves were met with violence from the police. During his civil rights campaigns, he was arrested a total of 29 times. However, he still managed to continue to fight for what was right, but never using violence. He was loved by some and hated by others. If any man knew the meaning of suffering, Martin knew. He wouldn't want any of us to hurt or suffer because of his untimely death. He would want us to rise up and take a stand, just as he did. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. dedicated his life to love and justice for his fellow beings, and he died because of that effort. He will always be remembered for his timeless work during the civil rights movement and his dream that one day everyone would be created equally. In closing, I would like to say to the family, Luke 1:37 says, "For with God, nothing shall be impossible." If we all put our trust in God, we can get through anything. So I stand here before you today, urging you to keep his dream alive. Never stop fighting.